Reasons to be cheerful. 1, 2, 3. Now those are the lyrics from a song written and produced by a guy called Ian Dury, who was the leader of a band called the Blockheads, who were moderately popular in the UK in the late 70s and early 80s. Now Ian Dury is an interesting character. He had polio when he was young. It left him partially disabled. He had all kinds of mental health issues. And a lot of the songs that he wrote were about his challenges in his life. He wrote about his challenges being partially disabled because of polio. He wrote about mental health. Now bearing in mind, this was in the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s. Mental health at the time was not something really many people thought about. But Ian was writing about it, Ian was singing about it. Now the point I'm trying to make is that the song Reasons to be Cheerful was a way for Ian to express the things he went through and he tried to accomplish when he was having a hard time between his ears, when he was struggling mentally. His methodology was to think about the reasons to be cheerful. And in almost all of our lives, there are reasons to be cheerful. It doesn't matter how tough you think things are, there are always reasons to even just look back and think about things that maybe were better than now. And the reason why I think this is a good idea is because, as I said in a previous video, and I'll share a link to it up there, is that when we're having a hard time, when we're struggling, and when we're really going through it with respect to our thinking patterns and processes, a key thing is to try and disrupt that negativity with slightly positive thoughts and positive statements. And I mean, I'll share a link to the song Reasons to be Cheerful below, but it's worth trying to bring into mind things that have gone well. If you've got kids, there will have been happy times in your life with your children. If you've got a family, you will have had good times. If you've got friends, I'm sure you've been out and had a lot of fun over the past. The chances are good you've travelled. It's possible that you've travelled, you've been out and seen some of the world. These are reasons to be cheerful. If you've got all your needs met, that's a reason to be cheerful. Or at least a reason to think that maybe things aren't as bad as I feel that they are right now. Now, as I said in this previous video, what we're trying to do is just disrupt that negative way of thinking. And Reasons to be Cheerful is a great song to listen to. It's a great song to maybe perhaps even reflect on with looking at Ian Dury's challenging life. He didn't let any of it hold him back, but it certainly made it harder than it would have been for folks who didn't have his issues. So the point I'm trying to make is here, look for your reasons to be cheerful. And I promise you they will be there. You have many things in your life that have gone well. Start dwelling on those instead of dwelling on all the disaster and all that's gone wrong. Dwell on what's happened that's been good, that's made you feel happy and cheerful. Yes, it won't immediately change your physical circumstances right now, but what it will do is adjust your thinking pattern right now. And it will certainly, in my view, begin to adjust you towards a more positive frame of mind. Even just a little bit matters. And it will enable you then to get into the habit of doing this, to give you more reasons to be cheerful as things start to improve. And as ever, if you've got questions, please ask, subscribe to the channel, share this out if you think someone needs to see it.